on a women's carnivore diet forum about carnivore hair loss. So I went through it 6 years ago. What I found is that when I changed my diet to carnivore, I went from keto to carnivore, I did notice I was having some hair loss, and the new hair was pushing out the old hair, and the new hair was coming in finer. And so it did seem like my hair was thinner than it had been. Now, of course, I originally went carnivore because I was finished going through menopause. And so I was 53 and definitely seeing some changes in my hair. I was going completely gray, and I was still coloring. Hi there. I was still coloring my hair at that point. So what I'm talking about is carnivore hair loss and then the other benefits from going carnivore. So I did experience that. My hair came in softer and finer, so it seemed thinner, and so I would color it to make it thicker. And then finally, I just went to my natural gray, which is what you see now. And then over the course of the next few years, my hair became thicker and thicker until the point at which I'm really happy with the thickness of my hair now at age 60. So for women who are going carnivore and who are experiencing that initial hair loss, it does get better. It actually comes back in shinier and silkier and eventually gets thicker, but it does take some time. So the same woman, once I gave this answer, she said, wow, 6 years, what other improvements have you seen? So I've made a list. I've got my whiteboard here, and I've got a list of several more improvements from going carnivore over 6 years ago. So 6 years of appetite management. So I remember back in 1968 when I was 4 years old, I used to eat eggs for breakfast, and my mom came home and said the doctor had told her to replace the eggs with cereal. So instead of eggs for breakfast, which made me full and happy, we started eating cereal, and I started taking a multivitamin every morning. And I can even remember being a really young kid and going, wow, why is it that I eat a bowl of cereal and I'm still hungry? Well, I figured out many decades later, and it was because it wasn't feeding me. It was actually like anti-nutrients. So 6 years of appetite management, and you just can't beat it. Number 2, perfect digestion from start to finish. And I'm not going to go into, I'm doing great. I'm not going to go into any more examples of what that perfect digestion is. Just use your imagination. So from eating on, just no problems with my digestion at all. Yay. Now, if I do eat too much fat, if I eat like excessively fatty cuts of meat, I sometimes do get a little bit of nausea, and then I just dial it back, eat slightly leaner meats. No joint pain from my old injuries from dance. So I used to have a lot of back pain, a lot of knee pain, especially pain behind the knee, and I easily injured my knees and my back, and staying clean carnivore, no more of that. Next one, mental clarity. So I have this mean girl in my head, or I used to have this mean girl in my head. I tend to ruminate and beat myself up mentally. And so now that I'm carnivore, and when I'm clean carnivore, the mean girl is quiet. Maybe she was hungry. Now, the final one that I have for today, although there's several more, but this one is really cool because there's actually a monetary benefit to this one. Well, there's many monetary benefits, but now that I went carnivore, I was actually able to get off of sugar-free soda, of diet soda, and sugar-free gum. I did the math. I was able to quit both of these by 2021, so that was 3 years ago. And the math is, so that means with a pack of sugar-free gum being $1.50, and I was pretty much chewing a whole pack a day, and I was having at least 1 or 2 sugar-free sodas a day. So for the gum, I saved $1,642.50. From quitting sodas, I've saved at least $1,095 for a total of $2,737.50. And actually, that was around the time that I started investing some money for my son, who's 23 and is working retail right now and is in college. And so I started doing some investments for him. And that's more than about the amount that I've invested over time. And it's been hugely beneficial. And I'm thinking like, wow, maybe that money went toward his fund to give him a start in the market as a young man in his early 20s. So huge benefits from going carnivore. Even the little ones, giving up soda and sugar-free gum, really do add up. So as I like to say, eat for yourself and be well. And if it works, keep doing it. All right, take care, everybody. Be back soon.